Welcome Trinidad and Tobago, welcome to Black Rock in Tobago, welcome to the second and final day of the 4th annual SW Touring Masters over 40 Invitational Football Tournament. Today we are here for the, as I said, for the final day, for the quarterfinals, semifinals and finals, and it's going to be an exciting afternoon, or should I say an exciting day of football. We have Juventus, the current champions. They will come up against Phoenix FC, Wassa against Tobago All-Stars, Defence Force against Point Fortress Civic Centre, Toyota versus Bethel. And these teams are going to be vying for the opportunity for the grand prize in the finals, which comes up at around 4 p.m. this afternoon. So again, ladies and gentlemen, we hope that you can stay with us. This is Acts 25 at the location, Bethel, Black Rock in Tobago. So stay tuned, we'll be right back after the short break.
Welcome to the second semi-final matchup here in his SW Touring Tobago Invitational over 40 Masters. This time it's Toyota AIA in their green tops and blue shorts, navy shorts, against the Defence Force Masters. This is an opportunity early on here and is held on to by the goalkeeper for Defence Force. Toyota AIA are immediately getting their shots going. First semi-final, we saw Juventus come away victors over Tobago All-Stars, 2-1, so that took care of all the Tobago teams in the competition. It's going to be a foul going the other way now with Defence Force. This is the ball here, looking in the direction of Myers. Can he get there in time? No, it's not. It's going to be the keeper allowing him to go out of touch, so it's going to be a goal kick. Here's Richards again. He'll be a very active player for Toyota in this one. Salandi with a man on him. He's looking to work with his helper wide here. Could have been a foul there. It's a very strong tackle there from it's McLaren there. This one is out of touch now for a throw. A very toughly contested match thus far. You'll be very certain if Toyota is going to have any scoring in this one. Bobbington King and Johnny Richards will be very active in that. The number 9 and number 10. Very instrumental in that. As this is McLaren. He's being met by a defender there. Here's Thomas after making a chase. Here's Kisto. Have to remember these players are over 40. Hence the reason why it's 15-minute halves being played in the knockout rounds. In the preliminary rounds, it was 20-minute halves. It's actually looking for a pass here, short pass. Looking to get it inside. May have been better off taking his free kick there. King as he's sending it back inside the Solandi, an offside flag being raised on the players. King himself has been found in an offside position. A yellow card here now. Second booking of the game. 1-0 in favor of Toyota AIA. The Defence Force will have some work to do. This is a Toyota team who is coming at them all game long, and this is going to be a yellow card here. Yes, there's a whistle. So at the end of the first half, Defence Force Masters find themselves on the back foot, being down 1-0 as Toyota AIA. A really good first half for them. We've seen 3 cards, a red card for the Defence Force and 2 yellows for Toyota. So it's a very active first half and promises to be very much the same in the second. So do stay tuned for the second half in this one. Second half here now. This matchup between Defence Force and Toyota. Defence Force Masters down 1-0 and down a man as well. Top of the area here. Possible opportunity, no, it's broken up. Here's Alexander. He's looking upfield to Myers. Here's Kisto. In the middle out to Alexander. Alexander raising his head, finding Durant. Oh, one broken up, and now an opportunity now. Oh, this is a good opportunity, a very good opportunity, and he's going to be making a meal of it. He had Richards coming on the inside with a good defensive work, good pressure defense there. Not giving him any opportunity to get comfortable there. That was second on defense there. So on send up field by Charles. This will be blown in the play there as it's an offside. Alexander will be the man on the free kick here. Giuseppe's also standing there. Has some power in his left foot is Giuseppe. That's Giuseppe, straight into the wall there. Two minutes left in regulation. The winner of this match will be going forward to face Juventus in the finals. Here's King. Here's Richards in the middle. Roberts in an offside position there according to the referee's assistant. Here's Richards now. Here's King. King has one man to beat. King, opportunity for a shot here. King trying to cut past his man, trying to do too much with the football there on that occasion is King. "30 seconds of football left in regulation. Good tackle there, and is it going to be? It's a penalty. A penalty. Defense Force getting a life. With 10 seconds left on the clock, a penalty now for the Defense Force. Remember, if it's even at the end of 30, we're going to extra time. It's not sudden death, but it's extra time, 5 minutes and a half. Standing over this one is Kelsal Alexander. The goalkeeper will have his work cut out for him, as Alexander is a very powerful striker of the ball. I don't know if you go for power or direction or both, but everything is reliant on this penalty kick here now, whether the Defense Force can either force extra time or be seeing themselves heading back home. And it's converted. Defense Force 1, Toyota 1. And we're almost certainly be going additional time. And that is the final whistle of a regulation in this one. Now we are going to 5-5, 10 minutes of additional time to be played. So do stay tuned, viewers, for 10 minutes of extra time of football to be played in this one. Some pretty good strikers of the ball. Salandi as well as King can take this one for Toyota. Looks like it's King. Looking, going for power there. That'll be coming off the wall. Another touch for a corner. Not very often you see a kicker taking the ball on the outside of his boot, trying to curl it around the wall. But King has been doing that pretty decently all day long, sorry. So the final 5 minutes of the semi-finals here. Will we be seeing kicks on the penalty spot, or will a victor will be seen in these 5 minutes? It's been a dogfight between these two teams. It's been a long 2 days of football for both of them. At the end of this 5 minutes, one of these teams may be going home. Free kick now for Alexander. This one is sent inside, and it's nicely sent, but it's going to be bouncing over the head of Thomas there. Hit his back, and it's a clean foul there, clear foul there, and Alexander. Now it's going to be a free kick for Toyota. Just about 15 seconds left in 5 minutes. So this will most likely be the last opportunity for either team in the second half in this game. Standing there is King and Salandi. And it's King on this one, right-footed shot over bar. And that's the final whistle in extra time. Straight to kicks from the penalty spot. And power in the boot, power in the right foot. He scored in the penalty earlier and scoring this time. 2 for 2 in penalties in this game for Alexander. And both teams free kick takers, designated free kick takers, are the ones taking the first penalty to them, as it's King taking the first one here now for Toyota. The winner of this one will be facing up against Juventus in the finals. This is a run-up for the ages, almost like a fast bowler in cricket. And it's going to be off the crossbar and into the goal. Heard Ansel Alcock saying it was going over a bar, but he went under the bar on that occasion. Charles is the man now walking up for the defense force. Charles is the man now. And this one is going to be back of the net. Goalkeeper not even diving. Arnold Duarca saying that goalkeeper is only saving it if it's coming straight to him, because he isn't even pulling on a dive. Man taking the free kick here now for Toyota is Rodney Stokes. Shot coming in off the crossbar, and as the first miss for either team. Defense force after 2. They've converted both. Toyota just converting 1. It could have been none. Both of them coming off the crossbar, but one finding the back of the net while the other going over bar. It's going to be easily put into the back of the net there. So that's 3 for the defense force, just 1 for Toyota. This will be a crucial one for Toyota. Defense force not very far away from their second consecutive final. As Trevor Roberts is walking to the spot for Toyota. I mean, the second consecutive year in which we see the Defence Force Juventus finals. Here's Trevor Roberts and it's off the bar. What was that? What was that about from the goalkeeper? Doing a bit of a dance there. I've never seen a goalkeeper do that one. I'm guessing he didn't want it to come off his boot into the back of the net. So he jumped away from it, hoping that it would have gone out, but instead it found the back of the net. And in 3 shots in which Toyota has taken, all 3 have touched the bar in some way, shape or form. 2 flying in the back of the net, however. Some would say that's a perfect way to take a penalty, getting it off the bar and into the back of the net. The stance is Jody coming in, shot coming in. Oh, this one coming off the crossbar. Back of the net. Judy Giuseppe there. 4 for 4 for the Defence Force. 2 out of 3. 2 out of 3 for Toyota. If Toyota miss here, they can have their bag, they head home, pack their bags and go back to Trinidad. They need to score here if they intend to continue on. Shot coming in, goal, back of the net. First time they didn't touch the bar in some way. So now it looks like it's Durant. Yes, he's having a drink before he leaves. Durant will be taking this one for Defence Force. If he scores, they win. If he doesn't, we will go to the 6th kick. Durant for the win for the Defence Force. Can he convert? Yes, he does. And Defence Force are in the finals versus Juventus. Coming almost from behind in that one with a 30th minute penalty. They survived extra time and eventually come away victors in kicks on the penalty spot. Defence Force into the finals for the 2nd year in a row against Juventus. So do stay tuned, viewers, for that final matchup in this 2014 SW Touring Over 40 Masters Invitational.
It's that time right now here at the Blackrock Recreation Ground where the both teams, Defence Force and the current champion Juventus, will be engaging for the bragging rights and for that cash prize for the Invitational Masters Tournament. And we are going to be seeing both teams in a while. And quickly, if I could just maybe speak to this is the guy who won the most goals last year. Good to see you back in the finals, going for a hat trick. What's your take on this game this afternoon?
Well, we take every game serious, with Army, we familiarize with the players, we know the players, so, so we come out here to win, and continue the hat trick this year,
Any plans that you all spoke about before?
We're not taking them lightly, Quick attack, because they're a bit tired from this game they now play, So that is a part of the plan here to attack them from where they would go.
And I see you all with your new introduction of Anal Duarca. You all should be starting favourites.
Yeah, on paper.
Good luck and thanks.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay, we have the manager of the Defence Force Masters. Your name?
Warrant Officer Patrick Raphael.
Right. Now, you all second last year.
Second year, runners-up last,
last year. Yeah. One step further now, you're into the finals. You want to go and take the big title. Yeah. But again, Juventus. And they have an addition of Anal Duarca in the starting lineup. What Defence Force going and do new this year to take the first prize?
Well, we always go with heart and soul, and the Defence Force this year is our year. And we're going to play guts football. Yeah. We're going to go 150% as the military know it, and that's our strategy.
Looking at the team from last year, the Juventus team, you all should know the players. Any special things you put in place to deal with certain players?
Now we're looking at Dorica. He's the main striker there. And Volox, yeah. They are paying our waist. You know, they are paying our tone in our waist, you know.
Take 2 Panadol.
Yeah. But we're going heart and soul. Yeah. As we go, the enemy is there, and we got to fight the enemy. So, Volox and Dorica, we're coming hard.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And all the best.
Thank you, George. And this is the final. This is the big one between the Defence Force and Juventus. It was the final of the 2013 and now the finals of the 2014 Tobago Invitational SW Touring Masters. Juventus in their black and white tops, white shorts, white socks. As Defence Force in their white tops, black shorts and red socks. There's King. The Defence Force will be a team on weary legs as they didn't have as long as a break between matches as Juventus, and as well Juventus, as well as Defence Force having to go to kick some of the penalty spot after not being able to decide on a winner after some 40 minutes of football. Here's Thomas trying to cut past John. Thomas still moving with it. He's looking to make a pass inside, but it's going to be easily controlled by the goalkeeper. Juventus, many would consider them the favourites to win this one, even though they're playing against a Defence Force team that is quite capable. They are two-time defending champs. That's Kelsey Alexander. Oh, Alexander! Where did that one come from? Opening the scoring in the very first minute is Kelsey Alexander pinging it. Goalkeeper not expecting it and efficiently put into the back of the net. And back of the net. One of the best goals we've seen in the tournament there by Alexander. Let's see how Juventus will respond to being a goal down now. If it's one team that can come back from any form of deficit, it is Defence Force with guys like Ansel Alcock, Kendall Velox, Arnold Duarca, Emmanuel Calendar, just to name a few. Sorry, another corner, but a free kick to be taken by Duarca. Here's Duarca again. Oh, back of the net. It's Pollard on their head and equalizing already as the Defence Force. So the first minute, Juventus, sorry. In the first minute, Defence Force got into the board. The second minute, Juventus equalizing. 2 early goals in this one. So I was so caught up in speaking of the attacking front line, didn't even speak of the stopper, Pollard, who put that head into the back of the net, efficiently saw on a free kick taken by Arnold Duarca. So it's 1 goal apiece in the very early going here. 2 very good goals as well in the process. So exactly the type of finals you'd like to see. Maybe not always a goal fest. Not sure this will turn out to be one, as this is a nice little ball up to Velox. Working up there by second. He's getting it back to Kisto, who's sending it upfield. Myers missing it on that one as it's knocked away from him and out of touch by Boise. Throw here now for the Defence Force. Here's Alexander. Let's see if he'll be chancing himself from this type of distance. No, he's not. Looking to set someone up, trying to get it upfield there. The Julian is broken up and back with Juventus. Looking upfield to Velox. Very speedy player is Velox. He's also having to deal with second on him. Velox looking to set up Duarca or Calendar in the direction of Calendar. Getting it down to Duarca. No, it's not. Shot coming in. It's going to be stopped by the goalkeeper there as Thomas is there to follow up and knock it out of touch for a corner kick. So opportunities coming the way of Juventus here. Calendar will be the one taking the corner here for Juventus. So he has a decent right and left foot. This one is sent inside. It's going to be headed up in the air by Durant. Trying to get it out of the area there is Charles, but didn't manage at first. Following up well. This one crossed there, looking to Velox, who has Calendar behind him. Calendar. Calendar trying to get inside, trying to cut inside, being brought down there in the area by Alexander, but no foul. Very slight framed player is Calendar, but fighting for it and winning it back and finding Velox in the process. It's a good work there by Emmanuel Calendar, not giving up at all. As this one will be knocked out of touch by Kisto, out for actually coming off of Velox there, so be out for a throw in favor of Defense Force. Alexander with Dwarka in front of him. McLaren losing that one as Jones is in chase, but will be out of touch for a throw in favor of the Defense Force. Sun setting here in beautiful Blackrock Tobago on the second time we're here, but the 4th annual SW Tour in Tobago over 40s Masters Invitational. Juventus have won the last 2. It's Calendar looking here to Velox. Velox has space to work with. He's trying to get it wide now to Bozier. No flag by the official. Ball coming inside, shot coming inside. Goalkeeper save again. So on the defensive is the Defense Force. It's Pollard, the goal scorer. Clark losing that one as it's back with the Defense Force. Here's Charles. Coming on strong is Keston King. Helping is Pollard. And a foul being called on Pollard there. It's Alexander sending this one inside. It's more to the top of the area as it's headed away by John. It's Dwarka controlling, getting past one defender. Here has Velox. Actually going to the other side to Bozier.
Shoot, one push and shoot.
Looking to get Dwarka there, but really poorly weighted on that pass. In the center field, headed out there by Kurt Batiste. Batiste and Pollard have been really strong in the center back positions for Juventus, but especially Pollard, very poised, very, very poised. So in the last game against Tobago, where a player actually managed to beat the goalkeeper, but he was there and he was there to clean up that one. It's Alexander. This one may be a bit too strong for Julian as it's going to be held on to by the goalkeeper. Actually didn't hold on to it and it's now out of touch for a corner kick. Poor bit of goalkeeping there for Juventus. This one's sent. It's high, but it's going to be headed down there by Batiste, heading again. Falls to the boot of Alexander. He's knocking it away. The ball back towards the direction of the goal. Alexander trying to get there. Yes, Thomas. He's met by Clark, coming on to help his Velox, who wins this one. King.
Pass the ball, Castan. Look again.
Yes, Alexander coming in the way of that pass. He knocks it out of touch for a throw. Pushing upfield now is Juventus, as this pass may be a bit too strong for John. Is it? No, it's not. He's going to be able to get there. He's Dwarka streaking inside. Oh, not the very best pass, and the one who went out of touch. Here's John. Batiste, that could be dangerous as he's called to make a foul there on a tackle. Poor communication between John and Batiste. Not a good pass from John.
Cancel. I'm going to post now.
Going to be a free kick here now for Alexander. This is as it's already 16 minutes of football in this first half, so it's going to be possibly the last opportunity of the game for either team. The half, sorry. Alexander already scored from further than this. Taking it here again, and it's held onto there by the goalkeepers. It went over the wall. Here's Velox.
Beat him.
Referee not looking as watch. Oh, what a ball here. What a beautiful ball to buzz here.
Heal it.
Looking to get it back to Clark, and a very poor pass there. Referee's whistle is in his mouth, so you can expect to hear the final whistle there. So at the end of the first half, is a very, very good first half of finals football here. 1 goal apiece. Juventus and Defence Force, 1 goal apiece. Do stay tuned for the second half action in this matchup. As we return now with second half action in this matchup, Defence Force 1, Juventus 1. Defence Force having to defend for all it was worth in the first half is going to be going the way of the Defence Force now. But they were still able to score first. After that, they were really on the defensive for quite some time. A 3rd-minute goal scored by Charles Pollard, Guyanese, being the equalizer. It's now a corner here to be taken by Alexander, a goal scorer for the Defence Force. The half-time interval, we heard Arnold Walker complaining of the fact that himself and Velox haven't been seeing much of the football up front. This one is sent high, and this will be out of touch. Should be out of touch. Yes, it is. Fight there between Durant and Callender. Durant looking wide. The Thomas, he controls. He's met by one defender, another coming on. Alexander to Charles. Charles looking at Thomas, is going to be headed up there by Batiste. Elcock now heading down to Callender. Callender, he has Charles on him. Pushing upfield is Callender, showing his speed. And now being brought down there. No foul according to the referee. There's McLaren looking upfield here. Being cut off there by Batiste. So now a free kick for the Defence Force as Kelsey Alexander will be standing over this, no doubt. It's their free kick specialist. Looks like he may be wanting to go goalwards. It's just Ansel Elcock standing between him and the goal, coming off the body of Elcock, and will be out of touch for a corner kick. This one sent inside. It's going to be headed on and back of the net by Kisto. Actually, not Kisto, it's the other Rasta, it's Durant. And it's 2-1. Duarca is actually telling the defenders to mark Durant. Duarca is not going to be happy about that. He was telling his defenders to keep an eye on Durant as he came up from the back late. And now they're on top 2-1 with some 19 minutes gone. Duarca, last time he took a free kick for the Defence Force, they scored. We're hoping to to mirror that again here. He and Pollard connected the first time. This one headed on. Oh, that's actually Elcock on the head there. Shot coming in. Attempted shot coming in there from his Boise. Here's Elcock looking for a cross again as it's headed out by Charles. It'll be out of touch for a corner in favor of Juventus. Elcock will be the man taking the corner here. Sent inside very nicely. This is punched up by the keeper there. Will be easily put in the back of the net by Velox. The keeper didn't punch in the right direction. He punched back instead of forward. He's punching the ground now. Has no one to blame but himself on that one, as Velox had his easiest goal of the 2014 tournament thus far. In the right place at the right time. He just had any part of his head would have touched the ball and put it in the back of the net there. And the goalkeeper's blunder resulting in a goal now. 2 goals apiece as Durant seems to be injured, and that's not a good sign for the defense force, as he's been one of their most valuable players. As Giuseppe now is coming onto the field. Coming off is Thomas. 3 minutes left in regulation. In the defense force's last game, they went to kicks on the penalty spot after a goalless extra period. Juventus won in their semi-finals, 2-1 over Tobago All-Stars. And they haven't seen the penalty spot all tournament long. This one's broken up by the worker. Another goalkeeping error, and it's off the crossbar! Off the crossbar, yet another goalkeeping error, almost resulting there. Almost resulting there in another goal, as Duarca was keen to point to Punks on that one, but wasn't able to get it into the back of the net. A prime opportunity for Juventus goes a begging. 2.5 minutes left in regulation. Just been told that for this final matchup, I'm guessing because of the lighting and the fact that there's no lights here at the Blackrock field, if the game remains deadlocked at the end of 30 minutes, we're going to straight the kicks from the penalty spotters. This will be a free kick now for Juventus. Most likely be Arnold Walker taking it as well. Did it for years for Trinidad and Tobago. Looking to get it quickly to Velox. There's Velox. Velox in the area, being broken up there. Good work by Second. Rodriguez trying to get it from Charles there in chase. Was the other Charles, Herman Charles of Juventus, but he'll be out of touch for throw in favor of the defense force. And that's the final whistle in regulation in this one. As we are going to kicks from the penalty spot. Straight to kicks from the penalty spot to decide the 2014 winner of the Tobago's Masters Invitational. Okay, it may stand to be corrected, as the referees themselves seem to be a bit confused on this as to whether or not we are going to extra time or kicks on a penalty spot. But when we return, we'll be returning in with either kicks on a penalty spot or extra time football. So I was correct on the first one when I said it will be going to straight to kicks on the penalty spot. It was much deliberation between the organizers, the referees and the players, but eventually I think the issue of light has prevailed, or the lack of light has prevailed, and now we are kicks on the penalty spot, as Alexander will be the first one taking it. He scored 2 today. Let's see if he can score a third. Yes, he did. Oh no, he doesn't. Is it? Yes, he did. It went through the side netting, and it's one for defense force, as Duarca will be the man stepping to the spot for Juventus, who are now going to be taking their penalties. First time this tournament they've seen kicks on a penalty spot. That was a very well taken penalty by Kelsey Alexander, who's taken 3 today for the defense force and 2 in the last 3 games. 3 in the last 2 games, sorry. Stuarka now. Pretty decent run here for him. Specialist at this as he's been saved. A very good save there. The goalkeeper there. Duarca not being able to convert on the penalty there as it's 1-0 in favor of defense force after 1 shot apiece. Charles will be the one standing over this one. For defense force, who came from behind to win in penalties against Toyota in the semi-finals. They'll be getting revenge if they can complete the upset here. That's another one by Charles. Julian now with the man entrusted with taking this penalty for Juventus. Back-to-back winners the last 2 years are Juventus of St. John. Looking for the hat-trick, standing between them. Kicks on the penalty spot as Julian now converts. Keeper guessing in the right direction, but powerful strike there from Julian. Goalkeeper for the defense for Juventus will have to make a save or hope that a player from defense force isn't able to convert. Because if it doesn't happen, his team will be going down. This one is a test in the right direction, but again put into the back of the net. Here's Charles. Manages to convert. After 3 shots apiece, defense force has scored on all 3, while just 2 have gotten away for Juventus. I must correct myself. Defense force scored on all their 5 penalties against Toyota. It was actually a match earlier today in the quarterfinals where we saw a team come from behind. They scored on all 5 as Toyota scored 4, and defense force came away 5-4 victors in that one. They'll have to hope that Jody Giuseppe isn't able to convert here. Jody Giuseppe, a left-footed kicker, powerful left-footer. Powerfully to the left of the keeper and easily into the back of the net. Do or die now for the defense force. Do or die as Keston King is the man stepping to the spot for Juventus. If King converts here, we'll go to the 5th kick. If he doesn't, he does. Keeper guessing right, but King converts. As Durant, as he did the last time around, stepping to the spot for the final. No, it's not easy. He stood up as if he was going. I'm guessing it was probably a dummy. As Myers will be the player walking to the spot. If he scores here, defense force at the 2014 Tobago Invitational over 40 Masters champions. If he doesn't, the Juventus will have an opportunity to push it to sudden net free kicks. Penalties, sorry. Goalkeeper now being called on to make a save as it's going to be in the back of the net. And it's Tobago's defense force running away with the 2014 championship, upsetting Juventus in the process. Not allowing them to have their three-peat, not allowing them to have their hat-trick. As the defense force, with the odds stacked against them, come away victors in this 2014 championship. So viewers, on behalf of myself and George Matheson, I'd like to say thank you for staying with us for all this football action here in beautiful Tobago. As we leave you with the news from Blackrock, after 2 days of football, the Defence Force Masters are the 2014 SW Touring Invitational Masters Champion.
As they say, all good things must come to an end. Congratulations to Defence Force. Runners up last year, coming back this year, stopping the repeat from Juventus by winning the 2014 Masters Invitational. I have with me Chad Roberts, the operational manager of this event, and I must say, congratulations. I mean, second time for me here. Well run, well organized. How was it this year?
It was, I would consider it to be a huge success because we made a lot of changes in terms of the way we do things. You know, we had team meetings with some of the different teams, some of the captains and stuff, to get ways so we could improve the tournament to make everybody happy. And this year we had 13 teams as opposed to last year where we had 9. So that means there's a big improvement in terms of the teams.
Now, this year, I realized that you all had the first stage at a different venue, and then you have the finals back at the same venue. What was the reason for that change?
Well, the reason for it all the time is for giving back to the community, right? In Bon Accord, we allow the Bon Accord community to come out and see this festival, and also we give it back to the Blackrock also to be able to come out and see this festival.
How big is this tournament in Tobago? And will we see this tournament ever coming or being held in Trinidad? Because I heard in the crowd today that people were asking how they don't keep this in Trinidad.
Well, everybody in Tobago seemed to be buying into the tournament, you know, because we had this year we had, for instance, we had 6 Tobago teams, right? So that shows that Tobago people are buying into this. The spectators, everybody seems to have fun. We are considering going back to Trinidad, but it's still in the making, and we will see how it goes for years to come.
What are some of the little hiccups that you all face, and if you continue to keep it in Tobago, would like to, you know, to deal with those areas?
Hiccups, well, it's more or less on the operational side, and in terms of getting things done, making sure that everything is structured in a particular way, because, you know, there are always some people who not satisfied with certain things and they can't please everybody at the same time. Yeah. So we'll try to deal with some of those operational things so we'll be able to satisfy everybody.
Well, let me take this opportunity to congratulate you, the entire management staff, because as I said, this is my second year here. It's a competition well organized, and I didn't mention that this year we had 2 foreign teams, one from Guyana and one from Barbados. Right. So who knows what will take place come 2015?
Correct. Well, we're looking to see if we could get some international teams from either Europe or the US. So we hoping that we could be able to accomplish that.
I don't know if you want to take this opportunity, because I know that there are many people who have lent support or help in this venture. If you want to, you know, take this opportunity to say a special thank you to them.
That's always a risky thing because you tend to leave out some people, but we like to thank the THA, we like to thank Lucas Aid, we like to thank all our sponsors to help this possible. I also like to thank my team from SW Touring for helping us to be able to get through this tournament successfully.
Well, there you heard it from Mr. Chad Roberts, the operation manager, and I can say incident-free, well-attended, you know, good behavior. I mean, there was some little, you know, hiccups along the way with some of the supporters, but you get at wherever competition is being organized. But nevertheless, a well-enjoyed 2 days in Tobago, and I urge you viewers, if you have time next year, you make sure that you come to Tobago for the SW Touring Invitational Masters Tournament. It is something that you would not regret coming to. Okay, I have with me Nigel Roberts, another member of the SW Touring Party, another one of the hard-working gentlemen here who has helped to put on this tournament and have it run a successful, again, 2014 tournament. You have many hats. I mean, commissioner. I mean, tell me a bit about your role and function here for this 2-day tournament.
Well, mainly my core responsibility concerns the refereeing, the officiating aspect of it. Yeah. So I would coordinate the efforts on behalf of SW Touring where the officiating is concerned. But as you mentioned, yes, I wear many hats, so very soon I'll be assisting in cleaning up the ground as well. Yeah. But ideally, during the course of the day, both days, I will act as the liaison for the referees and that intermediary between the players and the the referees, hopefully to ensure that it goes as it should. You know, you can't please everybody where refereeing is concerned, but with the Tobago referees that we had this year, just like years gone by, they did a fantastic job. All Tobago referees this year, all 6 of them, on today and 9 yesterday, they did a fantastic job, and we want to thank them for coming out and to continue. Next year, we hope to see them here again for another successful Tobago Masters 2015.
You all must be pleased, I mean, going into the 4th year, running this tournament, from 9 teams last year, 13 teams this year, two foreign Caribbean teams. You all must be satisfied with how this tournament is being run.
Yes, ideally it has grown from strength to strength over the last 4 years. As you mentioned, last year we'd have had about 8 teams. This year I think we started with 13 teams, but we might have finished with 12. I think one of the Tobago teams had some difficulties in meeting the requirements where number of players is concerned. But all in all, it was successful. I believe all 12 teams had a good time. There was a great degree of camaraderie among everybody. And as you can see, we're still here, still carrying it on into the night, hoping to have a good time.
Well, Nigel, let me say it was a pleasure, and let me wish you and the entire touring committee all the best.
Okay, thank you, sir.
The most goals award with a trophy, with a trophy and $150 is Mr. Kendall Velox of Juventus of St. John's. The most valuable player of the 2014 Tobago Invitational Masters Football Tournament is Mr. Daryl Julian of Defense Force for his acrobatic heroics to prevent Juventus from making a three-peat. The next prize goes to the runners-up. As you can see on the table, there's a challenge trophy for which the last 2 years, Juventus of St. John's have stormed away with trophies. This year, they are runners-up. Mr. Dexter John is representing Juventus of St. John's for the runners-up. We thank you for the love from the team. The Defense Force Masters, the 2014 champions of the Tobago Invitational Masters Football Tournament. One by one, boys.
When the big one pay, when the big one. After that, yeah, no, me. Like the coach,
Yeah, go well, let's go up and get one by one, get
You don't get money for the video. I'll come back up. You gotta come and drink. We are not there, we gotta buy that.
So you're witnessing the members of the Defense Force who are receiving their trophies, individual trophies, as champions of the 2014 edition of the Tobago Invitational Masters Football Tournament. After 2 grueling days with 13 teams, They are the champions. They defeated by a penalty spot on the penalty kicks the 2012 and 2013 champions Juventus of St. John's. And the 2014 champions of the Tobago Invitational Masters Football Tournament, for which they is the Defence Force Masters. But before we continue, the most important trophy of our tournament, SW Touring, Tobago Officers Assembly, is the Limers Cup, for which the Defence Force Masters have also been walking away with that trophy.
Well, we have come to the end of a very exciting 2 days of football here at the Black Rock Recreation Ground. This is the 4th year of the SW Touring Invitational Masters Tournament, and congratulations to Defence Force and the runners-up Juventus. And as we leave Tobago, we must say that we had a beautiful 3 days here in Tobago, and as you can see, the Defence Force celebrating their victory and their cash prize which they will receive. So again, as we leave Tobago, we want to say Axe 25 was on location in Tobago for the last 3 days, and we truly had a wonderful time. So see you next year.